Hi, I'm Christina Covais, and today I'm going to be talking about drinking and driving. Unfortunately, this played a really big role in my life when I was younger. My older brother was only 17 when he died from a drinking and driving accident. When he was on his way home with some friends, somebody struck him from the side and killed him automatically and almost killed one of his best friends. It's sad that he never got to experience graduation, prom, getting married, or even having some kids. Today I'm going to be discussing with you the statistics on drinking and driving and what happens when you're caught and what happens to the victim and what you can do to avoid drinking and driving. Too many people each year die because someone thinks it's okay to drink and drive. According to MADD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving, every day 27 people die because of drinking and driving. Every 2 minutes somebody is injured in drinking and driving crash. And every 51 minutes, somebody is killed in a drinking and driving crash. These statistics are horrible because they're so preventable. It's scary to think who's on the road with us. Offenders are everywhere. 50 to 75% of offenders continue to drive on a suspended license. In 2013, 28 million people admitted to driving over the limit. That's almost over the population of Texas. It's amazing how many people reoffend. You'd think that after the first time they would understand not to drink and drive anymore. A person who's convicted of drinking and driving has a 44% chance of reoffending. The person that took my brother's life was a first-time offender and was 23 years old. He got off lightly with 6 months in jail and 10 years of probation. After a year, he reoffended and now is 6 years into his 10-year sentence. To think that he took my brother's life and he only got 10 years of jail. You'd think that you'd get longer. Drinking and driving does not only affect the victim and their family, but also the offender's family. Drinking and driving tears families apart and causes devastating issues between families. Many people deal with serious emotion issues like PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Almost 79% of victims' relatives go through PTSD. PTSD causes nightmares, lack of concentration, flashes of anger, exaggerated responses, and overcautiousness. I would know because I went through most of these. The offender's family is also affected by his or her actions. Getting arrested for drinking and driving will hit the offender's pockets and also hit their hearts. There are many things you can get caught with when drinking and driving. You might lose your career. You might have an ignition lock device on your vehicle, which requires you to blow into it every single time you start up your engine. And I would not want that in my car. If you're going on a date, that's a really good conversation starter. An offense of this type can also result in the loss of employment, and especially for somebody that works in the field where they use a company car. It stays on your record for your entire life and looks bad when you're applying for a job. There are so many reasons not to drink and drive. Think about the families involved. Just don't do it. It's just not worth it. Now I'm going to discuss with you how to make a difference and how you can make sure this never happens to you or a loved one. There are so many ways you can avoid drinking and driving. Here are some ways you can do it. Call an Uber or a Lyft. The average cost of an Uber or a Lyft is $35. If you take one with friends, the cost decreases, making it totally affordable. You always have a designated driver when you go to a party or when you're at a friend's house. You always know that one person that doesn't drink when they go to a party. And just ask them, hey, can you bring me home? I'm really drunk, or I feel a little buzzed. The odds of them bringing you home is quite high. Having somebody with you that is reliable. So when you're at a party and you're drunk, call somebody up and say, hey, I'm a little buzzed right now. Can you come pick me up? Because it's so much better for them to just come pick you up when they're half asleep than them waking up in the morning and finding out that you died because you were drinking and driving. So that together we can stop this senseless act of destruction. We all need to take responsibility in ourselves and work to make drinking and driving a thing of the past. I can only hope that making my message has affected one of you. If I could just save one of you, that would make me so happy. Drinking and driving affects too many people each year and every day. It is a costly and preventable thing that we can totally avoid. Anyways, thinking before you get behind the wheel can save your life and maybe even save another person's life. The next time you think that you're not okay to drive, think about my older brother, Nick. Because when I'm at a party and I'm drunk, I'm always going to think about him. I'm always going to think about what happened to him.